At the bottom of the Investigator player boards are your wound slots. There are two types of wounds, the first one being face down, which is a blood icon with a down arrow. When you gain a face down wound, simply place it in one of your wound slots. The other type of wound is face up, which is a blood icon with an up arrow. When you gain one of these wounds, place it face up in your wound slot and apply the effects of the card. Throughout the map are medical items, which look like this. These allow you to flip your face up wounds face down. Conditions are generally negative effects that stay with your investigator. You can never have more than one copy of a condition with the same name. Next we will cover investigator death and spirits. When an investigator dies, they take the spirit card of their choice and 2 major ability tokens. An investigator using a spirit keeps all of their items and evidence, but their player board and associated tokens are returned to the box. Spirits are allowed to trade their items or evidence to other investigators, but cannot receive items or evidence. We will now go over within X spaces. When a rule or card specifies that something needs to be within a certain number of spaces, always count from your space starting at 0 to the space in question. For example, Ira counts the spaces next to her as 1 space, and then moves outward from there. Whether they are bright, dim, or dark does not matter. Notice that space S13 is 4 spaces away, however. That is because a door is blocking the pathway. If the door was not there, it would be within 3 spaces. Lastly, we will discuss multiple lighting effects. These rules follow more real-life physics, so if you shine a light in a dark place, it lights up. Ira has 4 points of movement. She moves to space S7 first, which only costs 1 point of movement, thanks to Mitchell's flashlight. She then wants to move to S3, which costs 2 points of movement as it is dark. Lastly, she moves to space 67, which only costs 1 point of movement since it is dim. She then rolls the sprint die, getting a 2. Ira wants to move to space K15, which is possible because there is a dim token in the kiln. That means the dark space is now dim instead.